back to my channel. So today is day 5 of my 31 days of Halloween, and this is the makeup that I came up with. I based it off of the infamous Gangster clown makeup tutorial that so many people do when it's Halloween time, but I wanted to put my own twist on it. I wanted something completely different, something that hasn't been done before, and I felt like I did a good job at doing that. I didn't use the basic red and black and white and kind of nudes and neutrals. I went all out. Fun fact, if you guys didn't know, when I was in high school, I had a side job as a children's party clown. So this really threw me back to when I would get all dressed up and do my makeup for children's parties, and I had so much fun recording this. I want to thank my cousin for requesting me to do something like this. So let's get right into the tutorial. I'm starting off by taking the NYX Total Control Foundation, and this is in the shade Neutral. Next, I'm taking the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Light Sand. I'm applying that to the T-zone of my face, and I'm going to be highlighting these areas. I am then taking Laura Mercier translucent powder and setting all of that into place. After this, I'm going to grab a foundation brush and just blend that all in. I'm next taking MAC Blush in Pinch Me, and I'm applying that to the apples of my cheeks. After this, I'm going to be bronzing my face and contouring with the Benefit Dallas bronzer. I am taking that on the hollows of my cheeks, as well as on my jawline, on my nose, and on the edges of my forehead. To intensify that contour, I am taking a very deep plum blush. I used to do this all the time when I was in high school. I just take a very light amount of it on a brush. Now I'm taking the Park Ave Princess Contour Palette from Tarte, and I'm going to be using that to clean up that contour that we did, as well as clean up the under eye area. With a baby wipe, I'm cleaning off my lips. Next, I'm taking that same MAC blush and Pinch Me, and I'm going to be contouring my nose to make it look more round and clown-like. I'm going to be adding some shadows with the shade Obsidian from the Anastasia Prism palette. I'm then going to define these shadows with a MAC Felt Tip Black Liner. Now I'm using a white Wet n Wild liquid liner to add some highlights on my nose and on the bridge of my nose as well. For this look, I'm using the NYX Jumbo Pencil in the shade Milk to highlight my brow bone. I'm using that same prism palette and the green shade to create a triangle right above my eyebrow area. To add some more definition to this area, I'm going in with the shade Eden and I am defining that triangle. I'm going to go in with that milk pencil and add a highlight to that triangle. And I'm also going to add some Ardell lash glue and I'm gonna apply some MAC pink holographic glitters to that. Now moving on to the eyes with that same prism palette, I'm taking that same shade Eden and I'm using that to define my crease. Next I'm taking my Huda Beauty palette and the purple shade to define that crease even further. I'm going to go into that black shade and I'm going to further intensify that crease one more time. I'm taking the Shape Tape Concealer and cutting out a cut crease into my eyelid. And I'm going to be covering my entire lid with a MAC pigment in the shade Tan. Now I'm taking a blue NYX liner and I'm creating a thick wing. I'm also going to be taking a Wet n Wild liner that is a baby pink and applying that to the front of my wing. And then I'm going to be finishing that off with a MAC black liquid liner. Next I'm taking MAC Loose Pigment in Magenta Madness and I'm running this all along my waterline. I'm now using a Stila glitter in the shade Sea Siren in the center of my eye. And I'm going to finish this off with adding 3 little dots. I'm taking Magenta Madness once again and I'm going to be using that to define this side's crease. Next I'm taking the ColourPop Dream Street palette and I'm using the blue to define that crease. I cut my crease on this side as well and I am using the Kat Von D highlighter all over my lid. Next I'm taking that shade Eden and I'm running that all along my bottom waterline. Lastly, I'm taking the Stila highlighter in the shade Gypsy and I'm also adding that to the inner corner of my eye. I'm taking a white liner and I'm creating a thick winged line. Once again with my MAC liquid liner, I'm going to be creating a black line right over the white one. Once I was done with this, I applied some falsies and I moved on to the lips. I'm using the Anastasia lip palette and I'm just lining my lips black. Afterwards, I'm going to line my lips with an Anastasia brow pencil. It's a darker brown and I'm using that on my lower lip mainly. I'm also going to be filling that in with Fenty Beauty red lipstick. I go back in and I add some finishing details with a black liner. And I also go in with some lash glue on my lips and apply some red glitters. I'm now adding a teardrop down my eye. Now I'm taking the powdered gold highlight from my Huda Beauty highlighter palette. So this is it, guys. This is the final look of what I came up with. I had so much fun filming it. I feel like I was just able to get all the creativity that I have built up inside out, and it really paid off. I'm so in love with this makeup tutorial. If you guys have any other suggestions, just leave it down in the comment box down below, because this was a suggestion and I am so happy and so glad that I did it. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.